All right. What's going on, everybody? We're back. We're back on Genshin. It's been a while. But yeah, I guess I took like a break or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I was thinking of wanting to do something else or something different. But nevertheless, I can't hear my game. Oh, here we go. But yeah, we're back and we're going to continue on with the Archon quest. I haven't done really much of it since last, so we're still continue on when we last left off. Wow, this feels so strange. I haven't streamed in a very long time. In which case, I already did that. We were doing this one, version of Genesis. Okay. So, onwards then with the Archon quest. Oh, we have to visit the Adventurers Guild? Oh, it's probably my whatchamacallits. Ventures, I guess they're called. I don't know what they're called. I forgot what they're called here. Yeah, last time we were doing the Archon quest, we beat the Belladere. Apparently the Belladere has some type of deal with Nahida. And now we tried to get the Belladere to look for some information in Irminsul. He uncovered some type of other information along the way. And now he is gone off on his own. So we'll see what's going on with that. Or something along the sorts. Okay. I've been enjoying playing very much as Diluc. He's been really fun, really cool. Okay, here we go.
We've made it to Amenoma Smithy.
Ah, it's been a while.
Pardon me. I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
About the Raiden Golgaden, could you tell me that story one more time?
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokaden, comprised of 5 branches.
Totally misread that.
Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokaden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokaden then too. It seems like such a shame.
What was the reason behind their decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, This was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause.
Interesting.
Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokunin, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Oh?
The Raiden Gokunin were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery.
Oh.
Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokunin. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokunin. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.